Subhanallah walhamdulillah wa la ilaha illallah. Subhanallah.
Wow, this hits deep.
إلا إياه وبالوالدين إحسانا إما يبلغن عندك الكبر أحدهما أو كلاهما فلا تقل لهما أف ولا تنهرهما وقل لهما قولا كريما واخفض لهما جناح الذل من الرحمة وقل رب ارحمهما كما ربياني. أشرقت نفسي بنور من فؤادي حينما رددت.
الحمد لله ما دام الوجود له حمدا يبلغنا من الرضا أبدا ثم الصلاة على المختار سيدنا وآله. He is our creator, He is our sustainer, and He is the one who is power over all. Give thanks to Allah.
Let me tell you about another man named Dawood alayhi salam. There was a woman at his time who used to do knitting. And she used to take that knitting every day to the market and sell it. And get food enough to feed her children for that day. One day she was on the way to the market. And a bird came and swooped and took her knitting. She had nothing left to feed her children. So she went into Dawood alayhi salam. And she confronted him. And she asked him, is Allah just or is Allah unjust? Is Allah just or is Allah unjust? And Dawood is thinking, what kind of question is this? She told him what had happened, that I feed my children every day off the knitting that I make, and that's all I have. Today a bird who was acting off of his fitrah from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, came and took this knitting and took it away. Now I have nothing to feed my children. So is Allah just or is He unjust? Was Allah just or is He unjust? As she was saying this, some men came in with huge bags of gold. And they dropped it in front of Dawood alayhi salam, and they were foreigners, they weren't known. And they said to Dawood, this is for you, for the sake of Allah, as sadaqah to whomever you think it should be distributed to. And Dawood is asking them, what's the story here? You know, there's gotta be a story behind this. Why are you here with this large amount of money? They said that we are merchants by trades, and we were traveling across the sea. And a huge storm came and broke the sail on our ship, and we were just being tossed about in the ocean. So we made dua to Allah that if He gets us out of this predicament, then we will donate everything on the ship for the sake of Him alone. At that moment, a bird came and dropped some yarn and materials and knitting. There was a young boy in Mecca. He grew up in the life of luxury. He was a celebrity of Mecca. He was one of the most handsome men of Mecca. He came from a prestigious family. His name was Musab ibn Umair radiallahu anhu. When Musab ibn Umair got word that Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was preaching a new message, and he was this, that, and the third, Musab ibn Umair also remembered that this was the same man whom is referred to as Ameen, honest, righteous, upright people in Mecca. So when these words came to him, he didn't jump on the bandwagon and say, yes, I agree with all this. No, he said, I'm not going to judge without having spoken to him myself. And this was at a time when the Prophet ﷺ had no outward mission. He was in hiding. They were in mission. He was in hiding. They were in secret. He was meeting his very few companions and believers in a house known as Dar al-Arqam. So Musab found out that this is where the Prophet ﷺ was teaching. So he went one night and he knocked on the door. And someone said, "O Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, it's Musab ibn Umair." And the Prophet was happy, he was pleased. He said, "Yes, let him in." He always understood the value of every human being and what role they could have to play in society. When Musab ibn Umair came in, he gave him the simple da'wah of Islam. Upon hearing it, Musab ibn Umair radiallahu anh said, "Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah." So he told him to keep it secret, and Musab kept it a secret. And he kept coming and meeting the Prophet ﷺ at the house of Arqam. But in the city of Mecca, there were